Welcome back, Knights of Trigaria. I'm your host, veracitytrigger, and we're going to cover Maximilian today. This is kind of an oddball character.
And as usual, stay triggered. Pew pew, pew.
Okay, let's cover Maximilian today. He is an interesting character. I'd have to say he's a little bit of an oddball because he's a 4 EC'er, so he's kind of like a 4 DC. He's not exactly a Project Knight. He does come later on in a game. I did turn him into a Dark Knight. His hit point is 700, quite nice. MP is 207, which is actually quite juicy. I like that. Intelligence of 93, and agility of 82, which is all right. So as a Dark Knight, because you can make him a Paladin if you want to, but I just kind of figured he sort of has that Dark Knight feel to him, so I'm just going to put him down that road there. You get a sword, heavy armor, heavy shield. Not heavy shield, but heavy helmet. I'm playing too much of a different game here. You get a ring too. You get shield block. As a Dark Knight, you get a shield block, a 20% chance. I think Paladin is 25% chance to block the attack, and it reduces all damage to half. So it halves the damage if you block it with its 20% chance. So that's essentially what it does in a nutshell. You have a hit point recovery B, which is pretty good. 3% recovery, which I think it was a little more in the previous game. Here it's not as much, but it's still nice because you still get some good skills for that. Let's talk about this character, see who he is. Gender, male, age 26, Dark Knight, talented with the sword since childhood. This young man has been trained and owned by Brandon himself. Sword training was a whole life until he saw Elena's oath. The play turned him into a committed theater fan. He now starts spouting melodramatic lines during battle, though his every word is actually an expression of his honest feelings. Maximilian's secret ambition is to win fame on a battlefield and inspire a stage play based on his heroics as a savior of the country. Okay, let's talk about his skills in a second here. Okay, so let's talk about some of the skills here that we have as a Dark Knight. We have Dark Slash, normal attack, deals major damage to a single adjacent enemy unit. This is 140 power. This is actually, I think, 10 points higher than the Paladin skill, which is actually really good. So Dark Knights are naturally a little bit stronger, although Paladins are a little bit more defensive. But if you pit them off against each other, it kind of balances it all out because one's more defense, one's more attack. So, you know, there you have it. But we move up to the next attack, which is Terror Impact. Deals massive damage to a single adjacent enemy unit, low accuracy, much like the other skill before with Barbarian having minus 40 for their other attack, but this one's 180 for attack. Sorry, I'm trying to mark a line. I'm crossing it out. I'll just stop scribbling for a second here. But yeah, lower accuracy, so you do want to chain the enemy in, you know, put another unit around the other enemy just to pin them in to see the chain effect on them, to make sure that that's actually working, to be able to make the skill work. Otherwise, you might miss. You can also put a Halo spell on your Dark Knight to make sure that they hit. That's also an option. Another thing is Dark Storm. So this is pretty much like the Viking swirl around attack, like Eliza's swirl around attack too. You have major damage to all units within a 1 hex radius and increases your attack and defense for a limited number of turns, never misses. You know, like all the other swing around attacks, they never miss, but they just had to add that little bonus line in there at the end just so you knew. Just so you know. But it's not as powerful as your Terror Impact, right? But, you know, it does cost 100 MP to do it, but, you know, it's not counterable. So they can't really counter you when you do this. It does have 3 extra orbs, so with the 3 extra orbs, with the extra orb bonus, it's getting close to Terror Impact as far as its strength is concerned, and you don't get counterattack. The good thing, the reason you want to probably do this in the battle more than you want to do a curse, you could do a heal too if you want, and probably even more than Iron Aura, is because this gives you an auto attack, or not an auto attack, but sorry, do not. My English today, my gosh, it gives you an increase in attack and defense for a limited number of turns. Now, it doesn't say how much it goes for, but I'm pretty sure it goes for almost 3 turns. Definitely 2 turns. I always forget the timing on this one because I play the game and then I get immersed and I forget how many turns it's been. But I want to say it's 3 turns. If it's just 2 turns, please let me know in the comments down below. I apologize if I forget that aspect of this here. But the fact that it gives you this for a certain amount of turns is better than Iron Aura. Only use Iron Aura if you're just going with Curse mode, because you only have, 207 MP. You can do it with him twice, because yes, you can do it with him twice. So the next attack, it'll be stronger than a 160 because you're already in increased attack mode, yes. So it will stack in a sense, in a way. But with most other Dark Knights, you might not get 100 or to 200 MP. Now with gear, yes, you can. But with him, he's kind of a special knight, like I was saying earlier. So, yeah, essentially, try to go with Darkstorm if you can, because it's the same thing Iron Aura with defense, right? But Iron Aura is only 30. This is 100, but this gives you attack as well. And for, more... I'd have to say this is more bang for your buck, because you're doing an attack, giving yourself attack up and defense up for amount of turns. Now you have the Curse spell, which you can do 2 space radius away and hit the enemy and do some damage, which is nice in case you can't reach them physically. That's good. You also have a heal spell, which I don't think the Dark Knight should have, but they do. So you get a heal spell. So it's a bit of a zebra here as far as your orbs are concerned. Other than that, that's pretty much it for Maximilian. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. That'd be great. I'll see you in the next Brigandine video. Thank you so much for coming by. Stay triggered, my friends.